Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is Dorothy Mercer. I'm an author and a publisher, and I'm here to host the Seeker's Journey tonight. We have an exciting and beautiful guest with us this evening. Her name is Jennifer Bair. I understand she's an author, a musician, an entrepreneur, and a few other things. So she's going to tell us a little bit about her journey. And so, say hello to the people, Jennifer.
Hi, everyone. And Dorothy, thank you so much for having me on.
You're
so
welcome.
This is the hero's journey. Well, first I'd like to ask some questions. And I'm going to ask this to the general population that's watching. Have you ever felt stuck? Have you ever felt like you're invisible? That you can't quite find that place where you belong? Have you ever just felt angry? Well, I did. And as I'm approaching middle age, and I'm right in the middle of it now, I decided to do something about it. And one of the things I did was I decided to look inside. And I studied. And I asked a lot of questions from people. And I looked at traditional spiritual traditions. I looked at some non-traditional spiritual pathways, and I decided to call together what I felt was the simplest and the most endearing to me. And I called it Dreaming into Action. And what I found is that if you are lost, or if you are stuck, what you really need to do is to ground and to look inward first. And part of that is to be mindful, and the other part of that is to use creative visualization and focused intention. Those are three areas that I work with a lot in the Open Road series. Now, how I got here. Thank you.
Go on.
How I got here was kind of a crazy. I have done several successful careers. I was a rocker, vocalist and songwriter in the 80s. I was an entrepreneur and owned the first woman-owned ad agency in the 90s. Became a credentialed teacher in the late 90s, and then I decided to start writing because I was feeling invisible. I was feeling lost. My dreams were fragmenting, and I knew I needed to get back to who I really was so I could find happiness as a middle-ager. And I call us middle-agers. We're like teenagers, but we're middle-agers. You know what I'm talking about, Dorothy? Yeah. Yeah. So what I did was I started journaling. And I started writing what I really wanted to do. And some of the things, and some people call it a bucket list. I don't want to call it that because I've got a lot more to live. And one of the things I wanted to do was I wanted to learn how to ride a motorcycle. And I wanted to buy my first bike.
Aha.
And that's how Open Road, a Goddess Biker Guidebook, was born. It's my first published book. I'm very proud of it. But more than just journaling and showing people the tricks of the trade, so to speak, and how to buy your first bike and really how to learn how to ride safely and enjoyably, I also discovered all these techniques and practices that really helped me to find my true self and live a bold and soulful life, which is sort of a slogan that I use on my website and on my materials.
So what do you mean by a soulful life?
Well, a soulful life means that I am looking inward for some of the answers as well as to my culture or to my faith. Whether one is a Christian faith or a fundamentalist Christian faith or a Jewish faith or a Muslim faith, they have certain doctrines that you can look to for solace, for hope, So, I look to that as well as things like meditation, which I hadn't really tried on a consistent basis, and other techniques. One that I like to share often, and it is, I call it, look for what you want to see. I'm going to repeat that. Look for what you want to see. Yes. And in the law of attraction, they call that pivoting. In Christian doctrine, it's in Genesis. It's in several books, actually, where they say, look to the teachings. Look to heaven. Look inside. You have the kingdom of heaven inside you. And it's true. And it does open something that nothing else can. I have found a peaceful, an open window, an open road that I had never felt before. When I really took time to slow down and be. And you know what? That's really hard to do. It's hard for me because I'm always moving. I am always moving.
It is.
And I always have 10 projects going. But if I can look for what I want to see and look ahead, my body, my bike, if I'm on my bike, my life goes where I want it to go. I'd like to share with you a dream that I had recently that really exhibits, that really is a great example of looking for what you want to see. In the dream, I'm with my partner, my longtime partner, husband, whatever you want to call him, and we are in a small village in the UK, and he is a Brit, he's from the UK. And we are looking for a house to rent or to buy, and some real estate. This is a dream. And we get to this village, and my car breaks down, or the car we're using breaks down, and we have to walk to the village. It's about a mile to the village. And he finds a pub, and he says, go look at this house, and if you like it, we'll take it. I trust you. You make great decisions. You're the homemaker. Okay, all right. So I go and I look at this house, and my sister appears out of nowhere to help me look at this house. Mm-hmm. It's a dream. I go inside the house, and it is uninhabitable. It's dirt floors. There's no kitchen. There's no plumbing. It is a shell. And she says, wow, this is beautiful. You guys, you should take this place. This is awesome. It's 15th century, and it's old world, and it's beautiful, and you'll love it. And I said, but it's uninhabitable. And my sister said, but you have to look for what you want to see. So
some dream.
I went outside. Yeah, I went outside, and I stood and I looked at the house, and it looked brighter, and it was beautiful old stone. And I took a deep breath, and I was conscious of my breath. This is all in the dream. And my sister said, now go in by yourself, because you have to do this for yourself. And I went inside, and it was beautiful. And it had the kitchen that I wanted, and it had all the amenities that I know my husband wants. And it was a beautiful 15th century restored home. And I knew in that moment what is meant by looking for what you want to see. It's a belief. It's a faith. that it will be. So that's one technique that I like to share with people, because it's very close to me, and it works.
So, how did you interpret the dream?
I interpreted the dream in that I was so caught up in my anxiety, in my expectation, that I didn't look for what I wanted to see. I was looking for maybe what someone else might have wanted to see, or I was disappointed because I had been disappointed before. So, and especially nowadays in this economy and with, this 2012 prophecies hanging over people's heads, people are anxious and they're not opening to the possibilities. So, yeah, it was a really strong dream, and I was just blown away by it. So I thought I'd share that. Would you like to hear some more techniques or things that I've learned about the open road?
Sure, go ahead.
Okay. Another technique that I use with my students and that I share in my CD, I have an audio workbook, which is really cool. It's called Transformative Coincidence. Okay, transformative coincidence it's a game. You get 4 sheets of paper, the same size, blank sheets, blank on both sides. On one side of each of the 4 sheets, you write down a problem or a challenge that you are having at that moment. Okay. A challenge. Finding time to visit my aging mother-in-law. It's a challenge because she lives almost 4,000 miles away.
All right.
Okay. It's a challenge. Like, how am I going to make this happen before she passes away? So that's an example of one challenge. You write one challenge per sheet, 4 sheets. So you've got 4 opportunities. Then you turn them over so you can't see them. You shuffle the sheets. On the blank sides, you write something that you adore. One thing, one favorite thing. It could be a color. It could be a place. It could be a person. It could be an activity. I use this as an example. I love the smell of cut grass.
Okay.
Freshly mowed lawns or haying. I love that smell. So that could be an example. And you don't have to write down the entire thing. You can write down a phrase or a couple of words, because this is just for you. And then you want to turn this over and you want to read the challenge and the favorite thing, and you want to notice how they go together. Now, you may not think they go together, and I tell my students, I tell anybody that I share this with, hold on to them for at least 3 months. Look at them again in a couple of weeks, and you will notice that there is a thread that connects that will enable you to see the challenge in a different light, or solve a problem, or help someone else solve a problem, or strengthen your belief in what your favorite thing is. It's a way to raise your energy, and it works. And it's very surprising. I've been doing this for about 10 years, and I do them on Thanksgiving. I do them, and I share this with my family, and we all do it. And then if people remember to bring them the next time we get together or we email or something, like in a couple of months, it's really surprising the effects of this simple exercise. And what it's about is coincidence. I'd like to read a little bit from my book.
Okay.
This is Open Road, Biker Guidebook. And I have a passage about coincidences. And let's see where I can find it. Well, I'll read this passage first. Just saying to yourself, you are in control of your destiny from this moment forward is the most powerful thing you can give yourself. Now think about all the other things your mind is saying as you put this new thought into the wind. For most of us, that can include a list of doubts and fears and obstacles that we didn't even know we had. And according to Ram Dass, we are sitting under the tree of our thinking minds, wondering why we're not getting any sunshine. Aha.
Yeah.
Do you like that? So, I think of coincidences as a message. It is part of an inward purpose. It's part of why we're here, is to recognize and use these things as messages or links, where everybody's into links, this technology stuff. Your life has dual purposes. We strive for an outward purpose and an inward purpose. We foster an outward purpose to achieve goals of prosperity, relationship, career, and family ties. This purpose utilizes the steps to where and what we will be doing with our lives. But if you spend all your time looking at the steps you will be taking in order to arrive at your destination, then you haven't the time to pay attention to the process of the present moment. Coincidences allow us to pay attention to what's in between the lines. So it's kind of an interesting concept. So paying attention to the present moment, you take in all the beauty and the joy of it and the expression of who you are and where you belong. And it's your inner face. Okay. I think of coincidences as energy flow. They are messages in the form of natural events, unspoken messages, or questions being asked of you. This enables you to ask yourself what is important, defining your outward purpose and centering for more depth, or pursuing the self through clearer inward purpose. It's a force of nature, and so are you. As part of the book, I also do, I know this is silliness, I do stories. I've written a bunch of vignettes, and it centers around, it's all women in this book, but my work is for anyone. But in the Goddess Biker book, I have, 6 vignettes, and it's all stories taken from women that I've met, and some are about motorcycles and some are not. But each story is about a transformation that happened to them, that they made, that they were consciously aware of. Something surprising. Some people call it an epiphany. And so it's all in this book. It's kind of cool. As well as the exercises, they call them experiential work. At the end of each chapter, Let me hold the book up again. At the end of each chapter are experiential exercises like the transformation, the transformative coincidences one. I have one for channeling energy. I have one for, grounding. I have a guided meditation that I've included that I created myself, which I use for myself. It's funny to hear yourself speaking, but it helps to slow down. And it is a form of prayer, and I don't want to use prayer as, because I am not a reverend or a minister, but I find that it is an important part of being true to yourself and true human being. So, and
it sounds very interesting, and is all of that in that book?
Yes. Open Road, a Goddess Biker Guidebook, and here is the CD. Oh. And it also has my music. I do melodic. I call it melodic rock and roll because I don't scream.
Yes!
Only my husband, no.
Melodic rock and roll. Good for you.
Melodic. Not neurotic. Melodic. That's great. And my single that came out in 2007 is on here, and it's called Declare, and I'm very excited about it. It's wonderful. I'm thrilled. So that's a little teeny piece of what I do.
Well, it's great. And does the CD come with the book, or is it a separate thing?
The book you can find at my website. OpenRoadNow.com. This is low-tech. This is me.
That's good.
OpenRoadNow.com, or you can find the book at Amazon.com. It should be on the bookshelves at some major indie bookstores because I have some agreements. Books Inc., Baker and Taylor in the UK, some Barnes & Noble, mostly on the West Coast and Southwest United States. And my book tour was sponsored by Borders, God rest their soul. So it was on the shelves in every Borders bookstore in the United States, Canada, and the UK.
Ooh, that was great. How did you work that?
Yeah, it was wonderful. A lot of hard work. A lot of work. But, yeah, and lately my work has sort of blossomed into helping people find a lit agent, create really good book proposals, and negotiate things like that, like finding a really good sponsor. And I'm in the process of negotiating with a series of independent and Honda dealers, Honda, Yamaha, Kawasaki, Ridley, and Q-Link. And hopefully this book will be in every showroom in the United States, Canada, and the UK.
Wow.
So those are the kinds of things that I'm trying to negotiate.
That's great.
Thank you. Thank you.
We could do another whole show for the Publishers Speak program by...
You know what? I've been asked to do that. I just... okay.
We could learn a lot from you, I think. But this is for the Seeker's Journey, and you've done a great job of explaining what you do. It sounds as though you do quite a bit of teaching. You didn't say...
I love teaching. I love teaching. Yeah.
You have students. Seminars?
I do. It's... thank you for asking. I do what I call it's a 30-day program. It's 4 45-minute one-on-one phone sessions or a Skype session with me, and you also receive the book and the audio workbook CD as part of that. And you can get to that through my website. if you can't find it on my website, then just go to the media page on my website and email me. But it is available on my website. And people find me through Facebook. I'm on Facebook. You can go to Open Road, or you can go to Jennifer.Bair3, which is my personal Facebook page, which a lot of people find me on. Or you can Twitter me at Jen Bair, JENNBAIR, Twitter.com/Jen Bair.
Mm-hmm.
So,
it sounds like you're available, and it would be great to take these 45-minute sessions with you. That's very generous. And you have a beautiful
I really enjoy it.
So it would be easy to fall asleep or into a trance listening to you. But I stayed awake.
No, don't fall asleep.
Well, it's been great meeting you. I hope we can stay in touch. I know you're a busy lady, but send me an email once in a while. And this program will be on YouTube within 2 or 3 days. It has to be processed and so on. So, any last words?
Well, thank you so much, and I hope this is helpful for people on the hero's journey. And it's been my pleasure. And if there's anything, any questions, openroadnow.com. Jennifer Bair.
Thank you, Jennifer. It's been wonderful having you, and we'll sign off now.
Thank you.
Goodbye.
Okay, bye.